Hi guys, welcome back to the lecture series on Python. In this video, we are going to learn about statements, indentation, and then comments in Python. First, we will see what are statements. If you are already familiar with programming languages like C, C++, you will know what is a statement. A statement is nothing but it is an instruction that a Python compiler can execute. And if you consider any Python code, it consists of so many sequence of statements in order to achieve a particular task. And we can classify the statements into different types. Let us see few types of them. One is print statement. Then we have assignment statements, conditional statements, looping statements, and so on. We will see some examples for these statements now. Let us first consider the print statement. We can print anything in the screen in Python by using the print function. So for this, we are going to pass an argument. So here I want to print welcome to Python, which is a string on the screen. So I'm using this particular statement. And here, the statement does not have any semicolon like programming languages like C or C++. So in Python, we don't have anything that every statement must end with semicolon. Now let us see the assignment statement. Here, I have a variable age. For that, I am assigning a value as 20. And sometimes you can have multiple statements in a single line. So in that case, how to differentiate those statements? So for that, we have semicolon. So in this, I have A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. There are three different statements. So I'm differentiating all the statements by means of semicolon. When I execute this, here the first statement print will be printing this message on the screen. So in Jupyter Notebook, we can execute the statements by pressing Shift Enter. Now, let us see multi-line statements. So here, whatever statements we have, all these statements are in a single line. Sometimes we can write the statements in multiple lines also. So for that, we have different ways. So we can extend the statements to more than one line. So the main reason for going for this one is to make the statements easily readable. Or otherwise, the statements will be extended to so many columns. So in order to make it easy for others to read the statements, we can extend them in multiple lines. This can be done by using parentheses, or otherwise curly braces, a square bracket, or you can use slash. So now let us see all these things one by one with an example so that you will easily understand. So first, I have a variable someone. For that, I am assigning someone is 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15. So you can even write all these things in a single statement. So to explain this, I have written them in two different lines. So when I want to continue with the second line, I have to use slash. So this is one way. Or otherwise, here in the second case, I have sum2. Sum2 is now declared as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. I have written this in two different lines. So in this, I can put everything in parentheses. So this is the second way. Next, I'm declaring list one. So in this list one, I'm declaring totally 5 different members. One is 11, 22, 33. They are integers. Then I have two different strings, apple and then banana. So I'm writing these things in two different lines. And this is done with the help of square bracket. Similarly, we can even use curly braces. So this we will see in dictionary. So in this, I am writing the statement, which is a single statement in three different lines, and that is enclosed inside curly brace. So now you can print all these variables one by one. So I have declared only 4 variables. So I'm printing every variable one by one. Print sum1, print sum2, then print list1, print dict1. So when I do that, in sum1, we have declared sum1 to be sum of all these things. So it is adding all the 5 numbers, and then the total is printed as 65. So in sum2, it is now adding the 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the sum is printed as 15. So even though they are in two different lines, they are taken as one single line and then they are executed. Then we have list one. When the list is printed, we have 5 different members in the list. So by this method, you can have multi-line statements. Now let us see what is indentation and why we need indentation in Python. So when you have the experience of programming languages, C, C++, you will know that when we want to define a block of code, we will use generally curly braces. So whatever statements we are writing inside a curly brace, that will be taken as one block of code. So in Python, we don't have this much difficulty. So Python is making everything simple for us. So Python is going to use indentation for defining a block. So no need to write curly braces. Instead, we are going to use only indentation. So this indentation is going to tell the Python interpreter that whatever group of statements you are going to write with the same indentation, they belong to a particular block of code. And generally, for this indentation, we will use 4 white spaces or otherwise a single tab character. And this will be taken as one indentation. Suppose if you want to go for even 5 white spaces, that is also possible, but this is a default indentation. 4 white spaces are a single tab character pressed. So now let us see an example for indentation. So here I'm declaring a string with a message cloudy. Then I'm going to use if else. So if else is nothing, but it is a decision control statement. So in this, we are going to test the condition based upon the result of the condition. Either this particular block of code will be executed, which contains 2 different statements, or otherwise the second block of code will be executed. Again, this contains 2 different statements. So here, the block which is to be executed depends only upon the result of this condition. So first we are going to check whether str is equal to cloudy. So if this is true, then this block which is following if will be executed. It contains 2 statements. And here we are not writing any curly brace. Both the statements will have same indentation. So it will be taken as a block of code. So now these 2 statements are part of block 1. And if this condition is false, then it will come to the else part. So this is the second block now. That is called as else block. So this block again contains 2 different statements. The sky is clear and then inside the else block. So when the condition is true, we will print 2 messages. One is it may rain today and then inside if block. If the condition is false, that is str is not is equal to cloudy, it will come to the else part and it will print 2 different messages again. The sky is clear and then inside the else block. And whatever may be the value of the string, always the control will come to this particular line and this will be executed. So whether string is given as cloudy or string is not given as cloudy, this will be always executed. So when I run this, since str is assigned with cloudy, this condition will be true. So it will come to the if block and then it will run the statement. It may rain today and then inside the if block. So these 2 are executed. And then finally, control will come to the line number 12. Here we have a good day. So that message will be printed. Suppose if I give the str as cloudy 1, it is not is equal to cloudy. So it will come to the else part. So let me run this code by pressing Shift Enter. So now, since the string is not cloudy, it comes to the else part and then it prints the message. The sky is clear inside the else block. So after printing this, control again comes to the line number 12 and it prints the message, have a good day. So now we have seen how to write indentation. Now let us see about comments. Comments are nothing but they are descriptions that will help the programmers to understand the functionality of any given program. And when you are not writing a program with comments, it will be difficult for a third party to understand the program. And when you are writing the comments, they will be easily explaining what each and every part of the code is doing. So it will be easy for anybody to understand the program written by other persons. And these commands are generally ignored by the compiler during the execution of the program. And the main purpose of providing commands is to enhance the readability of the code. And they helps the user to understand the code easily. And when you have a code and when you want to test the functionality of the code, so sometimes we'll be using the comments to prevent the execution when testing the code. And we have single line command, multi-line command, like other programming languages. In Python also we have them. Now let us see how to write comments in Python. So first we'll focus on single line command. So in Python, comments will start with hash symbol. And this single line command is going to comment only one particular line and it is going to start with hash symbol. And it is not that this comment should appear only in the beginning of the line. It can be even in the middle of the line also. When we do that, Python compiler will ignore the rest of the line, whichever comes after the hash. For example, here I have two statements. The first statement is, this is a sample comment, and I have commented this by means of hash. So compiler will not execute this. In the second statement, I have a print statement, print hello, followed by comment, this is not executed. So here I have comment in the middle of the line. When I run this, the first statement is not at all executed because we have commented this. So compiler ignores that. And in the second statement, the print message will be executed and we will get hello on the screen. And this part is not executed now. So this is how we can write single line comment. And when we want to write multiple line comments, in Python, we don't have any special way for that. We have to simply add multi-line comments by adding hash for each and every line. For example, if you have 15-line comment, you have to write hash in the front of all the 15 lines. So like other programming languages, we don't have any special way for this. So now I have a sample code. Here I have 3 lines. I want to comment these 3 lines. So for every line at the beginning, I'm adding hash. Then I'm printing 2 messages, print 1 and then print 2. So they are printed. Remaining lines are not executed by the compiler. And in Python, we have another way for using multi-line comments by means of string literals. So now we know what is a string. String is nothing but sequence of characters which are enclosed inside either single quote or otherwise double quote. So here, in case of Python programming, we can also use multi-line strings for the comments. And Python will generally ignore the string literals. String literals are nothing but string constants. And when these string literals are not assigned to any variable, the Python compiler will generally ignore them. So in that particular case, we can use these string literals as comment. Once you assign it to a variable, that is not a comment. When a particular string literal is not assigned to a variable, then we can use them as a comment. For example, in this I have written 3 lines. This is a way to write comment in multiple lines. This is a message I want. I want to comment this. So I am going to write this as a string literal. So how to do that? Just write these things inside either single quote or otherwise double quote. And in this, we are going to declare 3 single quote or otherwise 3 double quote for this. So when we do that, this is a string literal. I have not assigned to any variable. So this will be treated as multi-line comment. And then I'm writing a message, print welcome. So when I run this, I'm getting the answer as welcome. It's not that you have to use only double quote. You can even use single quote. So I'm using 3 single quote beginning and then 3 single quote ending. And inside that, whatever I write, that will be treated as multi-line comment. And here in these 2 cases, the Python compiler will read the right line of code. And after that only it is going to ignore it. Whereas when you write comments by means of hash, the compiler will not execute it. Okay, it will be generally skipping it because it is a comment. But here we are declaring the comment as a string only. So compiler will be reading the code and then it will be ignoring the code. So we have seen in this video how to declare statements, what is the use of indentation in Python, and then what is the use of comments in Python. In the next video, we will see another important concept of Python. Till then, bye guys.